They trying to cut me off. Apparently my set time is over. I don't know if they're gonna cut this mic off in a minute or what. I'ma just continue, man. Yeah. I'm living my life. Yeah. And one time is enough, my nigga, if you're doing it right. Yeah, if you're doing it right. Yeah, I'm living my life. Yeah. And one time is enough, my nigga, if you're doing it right. Yo.
2021, I'm in the light.
Damn, they done cut us, man. They done cut us, man. They done cut us, man. They done cut the music, yo. They done cut the goddamn vibes. Damn. Good night, everybody.
Really a hazard, you know what it is, man. Danville Extension 3 all day, every day. They cut me off, it's that simple, man. They cut me off.
What's going on, you guys? So check it, right? As you just saw, Cotton Fest just did A-Reece super dirty by cutting his set off early and leaving the fans very disappointed. And my only question to the organizers at Cotton Fest is, what were you guys actually thinking by doing that? Like, what did you think you would actually accomplish by cutting the boy off? Because I mean, you've essentially shot yourself in the foot by doing this to A-Reece, because best believe if Cotton Fest is to happen next year once again, Reece ain't pulling up. And if he does, he's not going to allow you guys to use his name to close out the show and extort the fans. I mean, they basically exploited Reece and the fans, and once they got what they wanted out of him, screwing him over wasn't a hard decision to make. But let's actually break down the lead up to the actual day. Now, Cotton Fest was a 2-day event taking place on both Saturday and Sunday, with a huge lineup where artists who do piano, hip-hop, as well as like house DJs, while they all got an opportunity to perform. So it was a huge event, and taking that into consideration, right, Reece was scheduled as the closing headliner for Sunday, and I feel as if Cotton Fest knew what they were doing by placing him at that time and day. Now, by them scheduling Reece the way they did, they would essentially guarantee themselves a packed crowd on both days. Because I mean, for the longest, the Saturday tickets were sold out, and even a few days after the Phase 2 tickets were announced, the Saturday tickets were sold out once again. So I've got a question for you guys. What's the best way to sell out the Sunday tickets if the Saturday ones were sold out already? Easy answer. Let Baby Boy headline that day and make sure he closes out the event, so they have a guaranteed amount of people coming to the show on Sunday. Because I mean, just going back to Cotton Fest in 2020, Reece shut it down completely with his set, even performing the 5-year plan for the first time with words and killing their performance. I mean, the crowd was chanting encore, and once his set was done, like, we wanted more from him that night because he truly had the best performance. So just based off that, I do believe the organizers knew what they were doing by having Reece perform on Sunday as the closing act. Now, the excuse that Cotton Fest had as an explanation for having to cut off Reece is that the police wanted them to shut the event down. And honestly, guys, like, I'm not buying it because it's such a weak excuse. Now, I've actually seen some people try to come to the defense of Cotton Fest, busy saying that Reece had a set time, that he took too long with these intros while performing, that the event has to shut down at a certain time, and just more lame excuses to shoot Cotton Fest some bail. And my thing is this, right? There's no more curfew. There's no more restrictions. So what was the actual rush? Like, why did they have to cut Reece off like that? Because I mean, at the end of the day, Reece was the closing act, meaning that no one would be performing after him. So he wouldn't be cutting into anyone else's set. So why not give him the necessary time and respect to do his full set and give the fans what they want? I mean, we even had AKA coming to the defense of Reece, busy saying that these industry people got a problem with A-Reece for real. I mean, the show was ending anyway. It's not like he was overlapping into someone else's slot. Hashtag CottonFest 2022. So guys, if AKA sees through the bullshit and knows that some fuckery was pulled on Reece, then it's like, come on, bro. Like, don't give us lame excuses, because Cotton Fest isn't fooling nobody. And I mean, AKA isn't a normal spectator or a normal fan. He's an established artist within the industry, so what he says has some credibility to it. So if he says the people within the industry have a problem with Reece, Is it really far-fetched to think that they would screw him over? Because, I mean, at this stage of his career, Reece is essentially a non-controllable entity. His independence within the game affords him the ability to move according to his own terms and just do things the way he sees fit, where maybe that translates into the people he chooses to work with, because we all know Reece is really selective with who he decides to associate himself with. Even his performances, like he's probably selective with where he decides to do shows at. And taking all that into consideration, like I'm sure that doesn't sit well with people within the industry. If anything, this just proves that Reece needs to bring back Reece effects so he can have the freedom to do things his own way, on his own platform, without the risk of being screwed over by an event organizer. I mean, the fans have been asking for Reece effect to come back, and I guess this is the perfect reason to bring it back. Not only will Reece have the opportunity to do things his own way, but his fans will be afforded the opportunity as well to enjoy a full set from him without any interruptions. So hopefully this is a wake-up call for Reece, because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I don't think Reece will be fooled like that once again. I don't think he'll allow himself to be put in a situation like that, because we all know this year was for Ricky, showing him love and honoring his memory, which I'm glad that Reece managed to do. But going forward, Cotton Fest will be lucky to have Reece perform for them once again, because what they did was foul. Like, they did Jody dirty by not allowing him to perform with his brother. They did Reece dirty by cutting his set early and using his name to sell tickets to have a packed crowd. And most importantly, they did the fans a true disservice by not allowing them to enjoy the main act that they paid to see perform to the fullest. Now they robbed the fans of a very enjoyable moment, and I don't think this is what Ricky would have wanted. I don't think he would have wanted the fans to be displeased at his own events, as well as having Reece displeased. But that's what the organizers managed to do. I mean, you managed to turn something that was supposed to be in honor of Ricky, which it was successfully, but into something that ended in lies and deceit, which should have never happened in the first place. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think Cotton Fest was justified in cutting off Reece and blaming it on the police? Or do you think they were just bullshitting us because they knew what they were doing by screwing Reece over? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.